Welcome back. You're still with us on Market Sell-Off. Let's get to the remainder headlines that we're tracking for you. Well, the fourth headline today is Adani Power's up close to 5% after it said that it was all set to acquire DP Power's thermal power plant for around 7,000 crore rupees. Rima joins us to fill us in with more details on that. Rima?
Well, I'm actually tracking Adani Power because they've agreed to acquire DB Power Limited for an enterprise value of more than 7,000 crore rupees. DB Power operates and runs a 2 into 600 megawatts thermal power plant in the Champa district at Chhattisgarh, and the acquired company DB Power had an annual revenue of 3,500 crore nearly in FY22. Now, the reason for Adani Power to acquire DB Corp's thermal assets is it will help Adani Power expand its offerings and operations in the thermal power sector in the state of Chhattisgarh. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rima. Well, the fifth headline today, the metal index was down close to around 3%, with stocks like Tata Steel, Hindalco, both of them were down 2 to around 5%. Now, Credit Suisse, they remain cautious, particularly on the ferrous space itself. And, that index itself was under some pressure. But let's run you through a few details in terms of what happened on the steel side. And what did their notes suggest? They said that they're cautious on steel stocks. They particularly have their ratings out as well. That's an underperformed rating on JSW Steel. And on Tata Steel, they have a neutral rating. They're cautious on steel, and they've given three broad reasons. We've just bifurcated that in that manner. One is that, the future spreads are likely to revert to historical averages. The future spreads as well are likely to be at a lower level than what we saw in the past year. They also highlight the fact that the FTA prices have corrected by around $85 on a per ton basis. And remember, 50% of the imports that are coming into India are coming in from FTA countries. Now, given that FTA prices are under some pressure, domestic prices are at a premium in comparison to FTA prices. The other factor was that coking coal cost. Remember, they had dropped sharply from around $600 odd all the way to around sub $200 per ton. The problem is they bounced up by close to around $74 per ton. So that's a bit of an issue because it will compress spreads. And the Chinese net exports as well remain elevated. It's up close to around 27% in the month of July. Put all these factors together, that explains why Credit Suisse is a little bit cautious on the steel space. But before we wind down, let's tell you about API Holdings, the parent firm of online pharmacy, PharmEasy. They have decided to withdraw its draft red herring prospectus filed with SEBI, citing volatile market conditions and strategic considerations as well. Yash Jain joins us to fill us in with more on that. Yash?
Well, looks like the route to Dalal Street wasn't an easy one for PharmEasy. That's because the IPO plans for this online pharmacy came to an end, at least for now, with an announcement from its parent company API Holdings suggesting that PharmEasy has decided to withdraw its IPO DRHP. Remember, this IPO document was filed with market regulator SEBI over a month ago. This IPO, of course, was very crucial for PharmEasy as it would have helped the company raise about 6,250 crore rupees, the funds which were intended to be used towards debt retirement, also towards funding of its organic and inorganic growth opportunities. So, what happens to those objectives now? API Holdings has also said that PharmEasy will now consider launching a rights issue, which will be through issuance of compulsory convertible preference shares or CCPS. These CCPS would be priced at about 100 rupees per CCPS, and that rights issue will open in the first week of September, will remain open for the entire month. Of course, rights issue will give the existing shareholders of PharmEasy an option to raise their stake into the company. But what will be important to monitor is that how this rights issue really values PharmEasy. Remember, this has to be compared to the recent valuation which happened just a year ago and valued PharmEasy at about $5.1 billion.
Thanks a lot for that, Yash. Well, on that note, though, we'll wrap up on this edition of Market Sell-Off. Thanks so much for watching.